Hey, how's it going out there, everyone? If you're new to this channel, what I like to do in my videos is to shatter people's belief systems one video at a time. This is the thing, man. I decided to dig a little deeper a few years back, went down the rabbit hole, and got red pilled and became a truth seeker of this reality. And basically wanted to know, what is actually going on that we are not aware of. And so basically, I make people aware of the things that they are not. This is the thing, man. Uh, you know, when you have different belief systems, as myself, as opposed to the rest of the population, and we may have to say 85-90% of the population believes a certain thing, right? They believe a certain narrative that's been sold to them since they're just a little kid. And once you buy into it, you create the reality around it, right? And then everybody else is doing it, so it all seems to just tie in and make sense, right? But go deeper. Is this actually life? Or is this some sort of control system? Now, if you haven't seen my last video, I did a video on that, saying that the education system and the workforce and everything else, it's just one big control system, man. And a lot of us know this deep down. So they work their way up the corporate ladder, become a manager or a CEO, so they don't have to answer to anybody. Right? So you know what I mean? It's one of those things, man. But all my life I've had so many different jobs, man, and did so many different things, and countless hours, and whatever the case may be, right? Doing my part in the society. At the end of the day, I just got overwhelmed, stressed out, burnt out, and indulged in alcohol to the point where I just wanted to numb out my reality, and I didn't want to participate anymore. Right? And this is the thing, man. And I got into spirituality, and sort of goes hand in hand with finding a deeper meaning to life, and lifting the veil of illusion, right? This filter, all these different filters that's been put over your reality to make you believe a certain thing, right? Depending on what you're focusing on. A lot of people like to focus on the news, especially the older people, right? And what's the news showing you this day and age? Nothing but fear-based politics, right? They got you distracted, and focused on this. It's like a play, man. It's like a movie. It's like with bad actors. That's what I see. And so I choose not to focus on it. So I put my attention elsewhere, and my goal was to alleviate the suffering of myself and the mental health and everything that went with it, and basically share that with people who may be going through the same thing, who think that there's no way out, who think that their current reality is the one that's going to be set in stone forever, which is not the case. You just need a reality check, so to speak, and pull back and look at things in a higher view, a bigger picture, right? So this is the thing, man. At the end of the day, nobody cares. This is something that I learned. Nobody really cares. They'll listen. They'll take in whatever they find that resonates with them in a particular video, or somebody that they know, or whatever it is, right? At the end of the day, nobody cares. They focus on bettering themselves and focus on what they have to do in their day, and whatever their reality is made up of, right? This is the thing, man. And once you realize that nobody really cares about what you do, um, there's such a level of freedom that comes with that, right? Like in the spiritual community, they use this little theory like, okay, so take it all away, right? Take away your name, take away your job title, take away, where you live, how much money you make, uh, everything. Just take it all away, right? This is what your personality is made up of. And now, of course, you want to feel like you're somebody, right? But in all reality, you're just consciousness projecting itself out into space-time reality and navigating through that reality with this avatar that we call our bodies. But at the end of the day, if you take everything away and you're left with nothing, there's such a level of freedom that comes with that. And it's just a theory. It's just something else that you can, believe in and to alleviate any kind of suffering that you have, knowing that you're not your emotions, you're not your thoughts, you are not the name you were given, you are not any of these things. These things were all made up and given to you, sort of like an avatar or a character in a video game. It's the same thing, man. So you got to look at a higher perspective in all this stuff, man, and realize that your thoughts are like the ones that basically, is driving this so-called avatar in life, man. And if you're so caught up in your own head all the time, like I was, constantly caught up in my head, it's such a hard time just being present in the moment and not thinking about anything else except about what I'm doing right now, right? If I'm driving or listening to a tune or eating supper or whatever it is, fully engaged in the activity that you're doing, working out, going for a walk, fully engaged, right? It's such a hard thing to do because society has programmed us to always be thinking about the next thing we have to do in this life, right? So it doesn't give you a chance to actually go deep within and find some clarity and find a deeper meaning because you're just too distracted by life, everyday life that everybody else is doing, right? And that's why I like to call it the matrix mind, right? This programming, this false identification of who you are and who you think you are and what you need to do in this life, and following the herd and not questioning anything else except for what exactly is happening in your life, right? Just get up and do like everybody else is doing. That's life, right? And then I people would tell me that, and I'll be like, you know what? That's not life, man. That's slavery. That's friggin' crap. And if that's the way that life has to be, then I'm gonna look for a different route. And so I got on the journey, man, and I start going a little bit deeper and start understanding, deeper meaning to reality. And for that, I mean, I'm sort of like the outcast and the black sheep or the conspiracy theorist or whatever it is, the truth seeker that no one else seems to be able to get along with because my belief system are just so totally different than everybody else's. And everybody else, thinks that I'm crazy, right? And I look at the world and I think the world's crazy. So it's one of those things, right? But people can eliminate you out of their lives, man, because of what you believe. And it's been like that since the dawn of time, man. I mean, since again, religion and who do you believe in and what do you believe and all this other jargon, man. But anyways, with that being said, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the next Tech It Easy.